Oh yeah.
Let's go. Let's get it. See what the build's about. Just hang in. I gotta see if it's good.
I thought you were about my.
Aimbot. Oh yeah. I don't miss. Headshot. Hit those, brother.
Why are you getting? Don't go underground. You are already
Hit
dead.
those, brother. Get full overheals, brother. Hi, how you doing? Hit those shots out here!
Stupid, it is.
Headshot. Pop. Let's go, Tactician Deeps. Let's go, Tactician Deeps. Oh, my bad! Heck yeah, I got staggered for days. You're not getting away from me. Bro, I got staggered into a million things, my dude. What's good, Cat? Thought this was a Wii? I'm using the Wii mode right now, dude. It's insane. Yep, 1.7 heal activated. I have my own 1.7 heal, dude. You had Mark on Wednesday over today's. Yeah, they're flying. Oh, I don't know if they're flying out because I think they live over there. So Massive invited them to go try out the PvP, which I'm not mad at. I'd rather Wiz than Marco try it. You know what I'm saying? But it's harder because I don't know, man. PC, remember, PC has a whole different mindset on PvP than us console people, so it's like, I respect it because if they're going to choose somebody from PC, they have to choose Mark on Race because they're the PvP gods. But they need to get some of us console boys out there too, you know what I'm saying? What is poppin'? It's Squat, your boy Jesimein. Thank you so much for enjoying that gameplay. But here we are at the build portion of the video. A lot of people wanted to see this, believe it or not. If you are interested in a skill haste build that is definitely reminiscent of 1.7, like back to 1.5 days, this is a build for you. It's fun, it's helpful. You can mix match however you like it, depending on your play style. And yeah, pretty much it's my favorite build now. Since I'm not allowed to use Nomad, I use this build. So anyways, let's get into it. So first things first, it is a 6-piece or 5-piece tactician classified. So make sure you get the classified gear because it's definitely going to make a difference. So I am rocking a Barrett's chest. Now, if you are more a team-oriented player and you feel like you want to take full advantage of heals, you can definitely run Vigorous. That's why I like this build, because you can flip-flop and have no problem. But I chose Barrett's, and I'll tell you exactly why in 2 seconds. So Barrett's chest for me definitely has more advantages with the way I'm running it, because obviously Barrett's chest, you get the no skills on cooldown, increases skill power by 10%, which means you get a super heal or off rip whenever you have both your heals up. You get 1 skill on cooldown, you get your damage, which is going to be really good because this build is a DPS build and I want to hit with it. I don't just want to be support with it. And 2 skills increases armor. So obviously in the rare situations that you don't have either of your skills, which kind of works against the build in a little bit, not a lot, but it kind of works against it, you get your armor up. So in last case scenario, you always have some buff going on. So what's really good with this build, obviously, being that I have such high skill power, I'm going to be running around with overheal 90% of the fight, and which means if I have my sports station or whatever my second skill is on cooldown, or not on cooldown, on standby, I'm going to be having that 5% damage on top of that, just going raw towards whatever I do. And if I have a booster shot or whatever I run, that's going to obviously stack. So the reason I chose Barrett's chest over Vigorous is because usually I run Overdose, because Overdose with this build is only 20-second cooldown. You can see 20.3, 20 seconds, 20-second cooldown on my Overdose. I can easily, if I want to be support, get a 16-second defib, or 18-second booster shot. But overdose is really good for me because I have Barrett's chest and I want that overheal. I'm going to get that every 20 seconds. And even if my teammates aren't running vigorous, they can get a full overheal too, which is really good, especially when a lot of the 6-piece classify sets are the real good ones and you can pretty much heal anybody. So obviously this is at its maximum potential. You're supposed to get up to 30 stacks. 99% of your fight, you're going to be at 30 stacks. Every time you pop a skill, it more likely, if you're running the build how it's supposed to be done, which is DPS, you're going to be getting that 30 stack no matter what. And being that you, even if you miss, like you can see right here, I have 30 stack up. If I miss, the 30 stack stays forever. So it's like Striker's benefit, except I don't have to worry about losing it until I pop a heal. And if I pop a heal with that 30 stack, dude, I'm telling you, you're going to get full overheal no matter what. I mean, it's just the way it is. And I have it just enough toughness where I'm not squishy, but I'm not crazy tanky. So it gives me enough heal that I'm not too tanky to to have way more health than my heal, and I have just enough health where I can sit there and actually face tank these people. So you can just see how the damage goes up. My house is actually at 20.6 when the card is active, so you can just see how powerful that is when you get that opposite magazine. Going back down to regular, you can see it's 17.5, which is still really good for a tactician build, especially if I wanted to go super DPS route and I could like put on a damage pulse or something. Boom, 34% crit damage, man. That is a lot of damage, dude. That's 3 responsives, bro. I'm telling you, or 2 responsive and a deadly, basically. So that's just something to get, you if you really want to. And this is without any post mods. So if I want to put post mods on, I could easily get that up to 40, 50. So that's just something to have in your mind if you want to run the build like that. But obviously, the best thing about the build comes down to what it is known for, and that is this skill haste. 50% skill haste. And I'll show you the details of the build so you can see how to get to 50, how I got to 50. And this is what makes and breaks this build. This is what makes you super deadly and easy because a lot of players are not running max skill haste and you're going to out heal them every time, especially if you're super consistent. So going to the build itself, so you guys can see it is a Barrett's chest roll firearms with 9% skill haste and health and ammo capacity. This is the god roll for 90% chest pieces, so you can see right there. 2 staminas with health. That's just, like I said, it's my preference. I wanted to break the 500k mark, and that's why I did that. Going down to my mask, you see skill power, roll for stamina. You can easily, people say, oh, roll crit chance. I really don't need crit chance. I have vicious on my weapon anyways, and if I have a pulse, I'm going to be hitting max anyway. So it's more beneficial for me to run skill power because I'm going to be having everything maxed out anyways because of my skill power. So that's that. The mod is the firearms with skill haste. Going down to my knee pad, it's going to be crit damage and roll for electronics. I'm going to have a skill haste on here as well, and first aid self-heal. Going into my backpack, roll for stamina, health, bleed resistance. I'm going to have 2 first aid self-heals and stamina with health. So I spec'd way into first aid self-heal because I wanted to make sure I go from 0 to full overheal every time. And I get pretty much, the only time I rarely don't go to full overheal is like if I'm like absolute black bar. And then I'll probably go to full health with half full overheal, which is still crazy, you know what I'm saying, for 500k toughness. So yeah, that's that. Going to the gloves, nothing too fancy here, but I did roll skill haste here, or I had skill haste, so I had it. Choose crit hit damage, don't choose crit chance. That damage buff is way better than your crit chance. You're gonna have max crit chance anyway, so don't worry about that. SMG damage, skill haste, and crit damage is what you want to roll for this. And my holster, I have skill haste on it as well, with stamina, obviously, with everything min-max. So if this build's not even fully optimized, so it can still look a little better. Like if you have fully optimized pieces, you can make it look flawless, but this is pretty much what I run. I will only, like people say I'm house reliant, whatever, bro. I love the house. It's just sick to me. So I'm going to be using the house with Vicious Deadly. You can honestly run whatever you want. I prefer these 2 talents because it gives me discipline. I want that crit chance, so I'm going to stay above those 2 segments, which ultimately means I stay alive. And I want to make sure that that's the thing. And my healing weapon, my weapons don't really change per my build. It's just the build itself. So that's pretty much it, you guys. A lot of people may ask, they want to see, let's see the character sheet real quick because people get on my head. Right, let's go through that. Crit chance at 38%. Health on kill, nothing, threat. Skill haste 50%. It looks so good. Just to look at that, man. It's just amazing. Max health, armor. Yep. Health. Yep. So you guys pretty much see everything. Go into my talents. My talents are all over the place. So when I was just trying to sticky bomb out in the build so you can obviously run whatever. I would personally probably run precision because being that it goes off your base pulse, that's a lot of damage and a lot of crit chance you're going to get for free if you're doing that. Or you can go the super safe route and put on the move, because on the move, obviously when you down somebody, you get that ton of health for free, and you'll be able to have that heal, you're pretty much going to be unkillable if you're killing your enemy. So that's just something to look forward to. Make sure you always have triage, unless you're playing solo, obviously. But make sure you have, if you're in a group, play triage, because you're going to be able to get your skills back instantly. It's crazy. Critical save and strike back. So that's pretty much it, you guys. That has been my 1.8, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 skill haste build for the end of time. This is pretty much the final version of my tactician DPS build, and at its finest. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think. Your boy's gonna be out, so enjoy this version, because after this, there's no more build video around this build. You know, this is the final version of my skill build. I'm not changing anything. The most I would change is maybe a little roll here or there, but this is how I'm going to be running my skill DPS build. So look out for it. If you guys enjoy it, let me know what you guys think. It's been real. I love y'all so much. Be blessed. Your boy is out.